Let's see. Harpreet says, I'm having blog which has many pages and getting lots of traffic. Is there a way to combine different CDN to provide good load time and boost Core Vital to 100 like Amazon CloudFront and Google Cloud CDN? I don't know about combining CDNs and all that. I'm not real good at all that kind of stuff. I usually use something simple like Mac CDN or something that like Cloudflare, the CDN that they have. And recently I did pick up a course though that just I picked this one up. I think it's called WP Page Speed, not plugin. I just picked this up a couple of weeks ago and started messing with it. I can't remember which one it is though. I'd have to go into my files to pull it out, but it's shit. I'm sorry. If I think about it, I'll post it in the comment section later. But it was pretty good, and it was talking about how to optimize using W3 Total Cache, which is free, and it goes through very, very granularly on how to set all that shit up. And it also combines with Cloudflare, the free stuff that you can do in Cloudflare, and there are some paid options as well for upgrading to some CDN stuff. But I was able to get really, really good results. It varies, and I'm not sure why. I've got to go back through. I still haven't completed it, but I was able to get the the page speed insights score into the mid 90s for a WordPress site that was really, really slow prior to me doing all those tweaks. And I spent probably about 2 hours going through that course, initiating those tweaks. And like I said, I will comment with the link once the webinar is over. I just got to figure out where it is. But that was pretty good. It's a $300 course. Like I said, I've still probably got about 30 or 40% of it left to go through. So I'm sure I can get close to 100 with that. But it also got really, really good GT metric scores. My pingdom scores were a little bit lower than what I was hoping for, but I got really good scores, like I said, from the page speed insights. So as far as combining CDNs and stuff, I don't know. You probably can if you're an advanced, like maybe Marco knows. I don't know enough about that stuff except for how to set it up if I have clear instructions, if that makes sense. So that's about the best I can. I'll find that a link to the course that I'm talking about, and I'll post it in the comments below. Marco, can you assist on that one?
Yeah, this is a good question. You don't need multiple CDNs. You just need to properly optimize whatever it is that you're doing. The answer to your question is yes, you can set up multiple CDNs. Yes, it can be done. You can combine, for example, CDN.net with Cloudflare so that you can increase the speed, but also increase the security. You can also set up multiple networks to take different loads off your server, but most of you will not have, like if you're video live streaming and that gets really heavy, you could benefit from multiple CDN for that purpose. So you have multiple things. One handles the streaming, the other one images, that kind of thing. Recently, when we did the iframe webinars in the Heavy Hitter Club, we just finished those and we're moving into now. Last week we covered content. I'm going to cover content for the next couple of weeks. But I showed how to take just any website and with really 2 or 3 plugins, actually 4, take care of all of your speed needs, getting something as close to 100 as possible. Now, having said that, you don't need it. And I'm going to tell you why. Google is measuring your website against other websites in the niche. So if all of the websites in the niche average 30, max is 35, the lowest is in the teens, then all you need is 36, and you're the best in that niche. And so if you're the fastest website in that niche, that's all you need. You don't need to be the fastest website on the web. You don't need to always reach that 100. Sometimes 26 is good enough because you're measured against everybody else in that niche. And then it comes part of the user experience and those measurements, whether the person stays, whether they leave, all of that comes into play. As we go deeper into Google Core Web Vitals, that might change. Right now, I don't think it will. But just here it is. It's some simple plugins, some very simple plugins, and just use them the right way. So I'm gonna give you an example. When you're uploading images, make sure that your images are size optimized before you upload them. You don't need a 1300 by 800 image if all you're doing is a 400 by 300. You don't need that. You need 400 by 300. So bring your images down. Then use something that will optimize your image size and your file to something that's really fast for today's web. And there are plugins that will do that for you.
Yeah.
Cache plugins will do that. Will also help deliver the website faster, so that it's stored somewhere and you're being delivered. It's actually stored on the user side rather than on the server side, which is really good. That's why it's called. That's why they tell you sometimes clear your cache to see if that will give you a better version of the website, because it's stored on your end rather than on the server end, so that it's not slowing down the server. There are also plugins that will help you, for example, with lazy loading with iframes. And the reason why I showed it is because someone had said that iframes do not slow down the website. And we've shown where an iframe can trap a bot for over 7 minutes. So it's 7 minutes, the website trying to load, where Google finally just breaks out of it. So, I mean, it depends on what it is that you're trying to do. You might need a course like Bradley paid for. I would say you don't need it. Just some basic plugins and you're good to go with just about any website, unless it's something that's really, really heavy and just delivers a lot of scripts. And sometimes just adding too many plugins will also hurt your speed metrics. So not having enough, not having the right ones, having too many. Google fonts, interestingly enough, a Google product will hurt your page speed.
Yes, it will.
So
yeah,
it's just different things.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because, and by the way, this was it. It's WP Speed Fix. I can't find, I'm not sure where the purchase for that course link is on here, but this is what I'm talking about. It was this one right here. So it's $297, I believe, for the course that teaches you how to do it, or you can hire them to do it. But that's the course that I went through. Anyway, what I was going to say was, as Marco was just mentioning, the WP Smush It is one of the plugins that they talk about using. They also have, like you see, W3 Total Cache in there. Google Fonts was one of the things that kept on the WordPress site that I was applying this method to. Was one of the things that kept coming back and showing like one of them causing the slowest load times. So there's a plugin, Remove Google Fonts, that you can add that will just strip all that code directly from your WordPress theme. So there's a number of things. And again, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, as Marco said, I probably didn't need it. If I wanted to just go to YouTube, I could probably find enough YouTube videos, free YouTube videos, to teach me all the same shit that was in here. This was just all consolidated. So that's why I did it. But anyway, there you go.
Yeah, like I said, we have it in a really simple, I showed it in like 30 minutes in the Heavy Hitter Club in one of the webinars.
Yeah. So that was WP Speed Fix, by the way. But yeah, like you said, I mean, again, I didn't want to try to find all that shit. So I just went through it, and it's pretty good. It was, in my opinion, it was worth it.